What's going on today, guys? Welcome to the 4th episode of the DailyC show. Super excited to have you, just as always. And as you can see, face is a little swelled up. Got my wisdom teeth out yesterday, but going to be a great episode today. We're going to talk about hockey sense, my thoughts, and I want to hear what you guys have to say after the episode. Thanks, Brian Stammer, for the question. Let's get started. So today's episode, we're going to talk about hockey sense. I got an awesome question from Brian Stammer, so thank you for asking this question on the Corson's Hockey Skills channel. Basically what he asked was, he said, what are your kind of thoughts on how to develop hockey sense? Now, I think this is one of those kind of situations where it's pretty complicated. I think there's no one direct answer. I think that there's a lot of different things you can do to help improve it. So a couple things being, if you want to have good hockey sense, you need to put yourself in a lot of game situations. So for example, if you are a player who doesn't get a lot of playing time on your team in games, you need to figure out a way to put yourself in more game situations. So whether that is going out to more pickup hours where it's just play around pickup, whether that's going to really anything that you can kind of start to challenge yourself and really force yourself to make quick decisions. So some other examples that you can kind of do or you can experiment with are playing sports like tennis, which forces you to be very reactive, really on the balls of your feet and make really quick decisions as that you read where the ball is coming off the other player's racket. So I think there's a lot of benefits to tennis. I also think the swing resembles a hockey shot in a lot of ways, the way the hip mechanics work, the way the elbows move. So I think there's a really good example there. Now, what you can also do is play games like soccer. You can play lacrosse. Anything that's going to force you to kind of be really reactive and have to make game read situations, so making smart offensive plays, making low risk plays or high risk plays if that's what you're trying to do, and understanding how to manipulate guys' momentum, so understanding how to pull a guy towards you, pull him out of position, get him to step one way and then go against his momentum. These are little things that are going to really benefit you. Now, there's also some more to it. I think that one thing that gets neglected a lot is that if you want to have really good hockey sense, what you really need to do is master your mechanics. And the reason you need to do this is because this is what's going to allow your brain to not have to focus on your movements. So the problem that a lot of players run into is that they're so focused on not falling or not losing the puck in the game that it kind of costs them that extra bit of almost like RAM space. So the amount of functional part of your brain that can focus on the game. So if you have, let's say you have 100% to work with of your brain's capacity, and let's say that 50% of that is focused on your skating, and then let's say maybe 25% of that is focused on your stick handling, and then let's say another 25% is focused on the actual gameplay and what's going on. So the issue is that with only having a 25% of your brain's capacity focused on what's going on in the game, there's a lot of stuff you're going to miss and you're going to kind of struggle with. So what you want to do is, if you can master your skating, you can master your stick handling, you can master your shooting as well. That's what's going to allow you to not have to worry as much about those in the game, and you can let your instincts and your natural kind of flow just take over. So I think there's a lot of benefit to working on your skills consistently, and obviously that is a very common thing, but I think it needs to be reinforced in your mind and realize that you're not going to have good hockey sense, or you're not going to have great hockey sense if your skills aren't there, because you're going to be too focused on all of the other stuff. Now, some other things you can do as well are things like I talked about in one of the previous episodes, that cardio can be a huge addition to your game. So if you have great cardio, your body is not going to be as tired and beat up. So you're going to be able to not have to worry about your legs failing or the rest of your body kind of struggling to move. So that's going to give you lots of energy. You don't have to focus on that. You can, again, focus more attention on the game. And when you're more focused on what's going on in the game, that's what's going to allow you to make better plays, make better reads on where everybody is, and just play better hockey. So again, I think hockey sense is one of those things where we get caught, right? We think that it is just this weird isolated thing, but there's a lot of different factors that come together to make up good decisions on the ice, because ultimately hockey sense is making the right decisions for your team to win and to execute, so to score and to not get scored on. It's as simple as that. So continue to, again, play the different sports, improve your skill set, try really experimenting with all different things, improve that cardio. And then what you can also do is you can add in things like, you could say maybe chess. Chess is something that a lot of people theorize as something that can help improve your anticipation. Now, my only issue with that is that because it's a very slow sport and you have to project in multiple moves ahead, I think that the timing is a little off, but I think that the brain process is right. So maybe if you combine chess with a lot of fast anticipation and reaction sports, I think that the combination might be the right move. So again, experiment. That's going to be something that I say a ton. Don't expect that one thing is going to be the exact answer to your question, because in hockey, especially in an extremely unpredictable sport, it all comes down to figuring out what works and then continuing to push that forward and find new things that work. And again, you're layering your skills over time. So it's not going to be just one simple little thing is going to change literally everything. What it's going to be is every time you add something, it's going to just continue to change you bit by bit by bit. And that's what's exciting, and I hope that makes sense to you guys. Now, if I wasn't clear on anything, leave me a comment, let me know, send me a tweet, hit me up on Instagram, the DMs, send me an email, whatever you want. Just contact me. I love getting these questions. I love answering them here on the DailyC show. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. We're up to the 4th episode, so one more, and then we'll be completed our first week together. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope it wasn't too weird and you're not laughing too hard at my big swelled up face over here. Obviously you could tell that's a little off, but I really wanted to get this episode out to you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow in the next episode of the DailyC show.